This episode is brought to you by 111 Minna. 111 Minna's Year of the Snake show opened on September 26th. Inspired by a timeless representation of transformation, the serpent. This group exhibition explores the symbolism of renewal, mystery, and power through a collection of snake-inspired works. This marks the third collaborative exhibition between 111 Minna Gallery and Seventh Sun Tattoo, bringing together tattoo artistry and contemporary fine art in one striking showcase. Drop by for Red Door Coffee Tuesdays through Thursdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., or for 111 Minna's happy hour on those same days, which start at 4 p.m. and last until 10. 111 Minna is located at the corner of 2nd Street and Minna in South of Market.
I came to visit, and coming from Orange County, we were just sitting at a cafe and just having conversations with people next to you that you don't know, and I was like, this level of friendliness is at my level.
That was artist Risa Iwasaki Culbertson. I'm Jeff, and this is Storied San Francisco, a podcast about artists, activists, and working people who make this city unique. Welcome to episode 4. Meet Risa, who was born in Japan and raised in Southern California. Risa is one of 12 artists in our Every Kind of People show, up at Minibar through next week. Join us this coming Sunday, October 19th, from 4 to 7 p.m. for a closing party happy hour. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who voted in this year's 48 Hills Best of the Bay. We found out last week that we won Best Podcast, and I'm just so grateful. Back to this episode. Here's Risa Iwasaki Culbertson.
Okay, well, a long time ago. I was born in Japan. My mom's Japanese. My dad is American from Southern California. And
Do you want to say where in Southern California?
Oh, yeah, Ventura County.
Got it.
But, yeah, like that LA, Orange County, that's where I grew up.
Okay.
But I was born in Japan, moved over to the States when I was about 5 or 6. My dad was in the military. That's how he met my mom. Like, very unique story.
Yeah, never.
No one has that story.
I haven't heard that. It definitely hasn't been on the podcast.
First time ever,
Yeah.
And
can I ask real fast? You said 5 or 6. Do you remember Japan? You must, a little bit.
I do. And then
From
Yeah, and then during the summer I would go and visit my grandma and everyone on my mom's side. So
right.
I would spend, however I felt like a million years, summertime, in the hot Japanese.
Yeah.
It was summertime. It was like the worst time to be there.
Muggy, gnarly.
So muggy.
Yeah.
But I absolutely loved like being able to move back and forth between those worlds.
Amazing.
I feel like a lot of those things really shaped who I ended up becoming as an artist, of course, right? Our foundational experiences. And
do you have siblings?
I am an only child.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, I never knew there was such a bad rap with us until recently.
Well, I guess maybe I'm an equal opportunity. I'm just like, sometimes only children are just not only children.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't mean they're bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
They're like, oh, you don't seem like only child. I was like, I don't know what that means.
I think that's an only child trait. It's to not know what that means.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. What else is there?
Yeah.
So
it's also just your world, and you don't know any different.
Yeah,
right?
It was my world, and my parents' world, and being able to like bounce between two cultures, and my world ended up being very creative because that was the consistent world that I lived in. And I never I think a lot of Hapa kids, a lot of mixed kids, like, we don't really belong anywhere. So like I never fit with my Japanese side. Like that was the side that I was closest with. Right. And yet like I didn't look like I belonged there. And then outside of my hometown, I was just an American girl. Right. And I was like, but I'm like, this is my family and this is my mom, and and then I come here and in my dad's side, it's like, you know, photos of, it's like all farm folks. My grandparents had a ranch and cattle farmers.
Oh, wow.
And then it's like my Asian mom and then Hapa, me. And we also don't look like we belong in that family either.
Totally.
So I think a lot of us, we get used to being in the in-between
liminal
worlds.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
So, yeah, I think I was always creative, always liked making things. It was.
Were your parents creative at all? Or?
Yeah, my mom was a potter and a quilter, and she did a lot of stuff. My dad was kind of like a mad scientist of sorts.
Oh yeah.
And he was really into nature. He really loved like repurposing things to create things. He was always taking stuff apart. You know, not necessarily putting them back together, but
maybe it's no shot. I relate to that.
Yeah. You know, you're curious.
I don't want to say it's a guy thing, but a lot of guys are like that.
Yeah. It was just like, how does this work? And like, you know, the engineering of the things like was really interesting. And so we would build a lot of stuff together.
Oh, cool.
And then my mom and I, we would, you know, like sew together, and my grandmother too. And that was something what we connected on.
Amazing.
And so
can I ask, like, roughly, or I mean, you can go precise with year, but like what decade would you say you grew up in, or like, you know, this
I'm
like
an
5 or
80s
6
kid. I'm an 80s
kid. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Were you finding like especially in Southern California, there's some diversity. It's not, you know, I'm gonna say shit on Wisconsin real fast. You know, it's not Wonder Bread completely. Like, did you find any sort of comfort in like kids at school, or I don't know.
I think so. I grew up with a bunch of other Hapa kids.
There you go.
So my mom's community is really tight. Like the Japanese community there, like everyone is just sticks together. They know each other, all helping each other out.
Yep.
And then there's so many mixed kids within that. So even though I'm an only child, I always felt like I was the older sister, the Onechan, to like two other Hapa kids that were my mom's best friend's kids.
Right.
So like I feel like there were so many of us that we can like, there's always this camaraderie with Hapas, or just like you see across the room, like, you Hapa? You Hapa? Yeah. Okay. And yeah, it's just so, it felt nice to be around people that just kind of were like you, and that understood that like there's multiple cultures like under our belts.
Was it like a cousin, auntie, uncle situation in that little community, or like that? Yeah. Sort of like chosen
lots
family.
of aunties and lots of aunties everywhere.
Okay, so you're a kid of the 80s, kid of the 80s, growing up in Southern California. The first thing I'm thinking, and then like you're a little young for that. I think I am too, but like I just saw Fast Times at Ridgemont High the other night. Like, was it like skater culture, mall culture? Yeah. Like, I guess surf culture. All that stuff.
All the things. Yeah. I mean, when I was, you know, like up and about as a young adult,
more mobile,
more older child. I think, you know,
that's what I consider myself today.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I haven't changed. There's no like, I'm striving, I guess, to be an adult at some point, but that has yet to happen.
Doing adult things, but in a weird adult body, but like still 12.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was grunge era.
Oh yeah.
That era. All the things. Flannel, there's a lot of flannel. Yeah, punk rock. Later, but grunge first.
Grunge first.
Yeah,
okay.
I think like but it was like middle school, so we were just trying to be like very cool.
Yeah.
You know, we all cried when Kurt Cobain died. Like,
yeah, I'm also thinking, and I'm not shitting on you or anyone does it, but like flannel in that part of the world. Yeah. Oh God.
Oh no. Yeah.
I'm from Texas, and like we did it too, and like in hindsight, I'm just like, why? You guys, there's no need for flannel. Yeah,
I know.
No
I know, but
here it
makes sense. But
Seattle,
you just get so acclimated.
Yeah.
And it's like you go to Miami in December and people are still wearing like Uggs, and you're just like, this is madness. It's like blazing hot right now.
Well, it's that whole vanity thing of like, we're doing this whether it makes sense or not.
Yeah. It's just a little bit warmer.
That's So grunge. So like middle school in the early 90s?
Yeah.
Okay. Still down there in Southern California?
Yeah. So I stayed in Orange County. Yeah.
I'll generalize.
No, you
It's
can't.
rough there.
Oh, yeah. No one knows.
It's weird.
I'm here for a reason.
Weird.
I'm here for a reason.
I'm like, it's also, I think you go to the beach, it's beautiful.
Oh, the beaches are beautiful.
And then you go away from the beach. You're like, oh,
And
God.
then that's the problem.
America starts really quick.
It really does.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. That's why I've been here for like 15 years, 60, a little over.
Yeah.
15 years. But yeah.
In middle school and or high school, were you doing art like in classes, or were you doing anything outside of school art-wise?
I was always into dance.
That's art?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did hula dance. I was a hula dancer for 8 years. I was a tap dancer.
Oh my God, I've
If
opened a
anyone needs
Pandora's
to-
box. Yes, you did everything.
But I was always drawing and painting and
Just on your own, or
just on my own.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so. In high school, I took an art class, and then the teacher got switched out to a substitute teacher who was a nun.
Okay.
And my family is not religious. My dad used to read me like all sorts of books, Lord of the Rings, like when I was a little kid, and then started to read me Narnia, and then stopped because he was like, "This is getting a little too religious. Can't do this."
I've heard
and I
that,
was like,
yeah.
"Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm a kid."
But this nun was at a not
This-
Catholic school?
No, it was a public school.
Oh.
And so we had a substitute teacher, and this nun, like, told us we couldn't use black, or we couldn't use looking back at it, I'm like, oh, maybe because we have a tendency to like use one color no matter what, like as like the dominant color.
Sure.
And to like when you take something out, then like maybe that makes you think of how to draw something without a black outline.
Right.
That makes total sense. But to me, I was just like, it felt religious, and I was
Like black is the devil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Like I was like, you can't use black because
It makes the horns come out of your
yeah.
head.
And then I was just like, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't ever want anyone to tell me what I can and cannot do with my art.
Fuck yes.
And so then I never took an art class.
Okay.
Which I don't know if that's all the way to go, but
You're here.
I was just like,
Yeah.
I don't want this is so precious to me, and like I know this is the way that I will communicate with the world, that I don't want another influence in this way to alter that.
100%. I get that. 100%.
Yeah.
It's a rebellion.
It's a rebellion, yeah.
But to me, it's not radical. It's rebellion for cause.
yeah, exactly.
You're just trying to be true
Yeah, especially
to yourself
as,
and to your art.
as
Yeah.
a high school kid, and just being a teenager, it's just like, never again. This is just
Yes.
gonna be for me.
Can I ask what other kinds of things you were doing in high school?
What was I doing? That feels like so. I also have like the worst memory. I was just hanging out
Me
a
too.
lot.
Me too.
I was
It's okay. Like
socializing.
vague recollections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like socializing a lot. I was
Yeah.
just like a social butterfly. I had one group, but I would love to, like everyone. I was just go here and this. Hi everyone. Hello everyone. Let's get together. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I enjoyed my time there and the social aspect.
Nice. Nice. Okay, and so I'm just gonna guess, because we are not in Southern California,
Yeah.
that at some point you left.
Yes.
What's the story there?
I left. I left because my best friends, two of them, one of them moved back to San Francisco after college. And then my other friend just moved because she loved San Francisco. And I came to visit, and coming from Orange County, we were just sitting at a cafe and just having conversations with people next to you that you don't know. And I was like, this level of friendliness is at my level. I love it. Like, people just interact with each other, which Orange County, for those of you who don't know, this is not something that you do. You don't, you're just you're stuck in your own little bubble. You drive everywhere.
Yep.
Walking is seemingly impossible.
There's a whole song about it.
Yeah.
Walking
No,
in
in
LA.
LA. No one
Nobody
walks in LA. That's true.
So true. Seriously, I just have to tell a quick story.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, I think we were in Orange County. Anyway, we were there for a concert. We saw Stevie Nicks among other people. It was so rad. And then afterwards, we had taken a car to the thing, but we were like, we found, I don't know, like a late night place to get drinks. And unbeknownst to us, walking to get there meant walking on a highway. We literally walked on a highway.
Oh, God.
We were like, this is terrible.
That's so dangerous.
Those drinks are going to be so good.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to
Anyway,
get extra
like,
for that.
And one of us was like, from that, like, we know that thing of don't walk. But anyway.
Yeah, you get so used to like how
It's
it
just stupid
can
living
be.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, I could just walk there, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's very challenging.
Because for me, first impressions of San Francisco,
Yeah.
for me and for this podcast, are so important. Do you know like what neighborhood or what cafe that was?
It was on Haight Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. I don't think it exists It doesn't exist anymore.
Probably not.
It doesn't, for
like
sure.
toward the park, Upper Haight, or
It was like it used to be People's Cafe.
okay.
And that's now, I think, the Mellow, or like that corner on like Masonic.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it was there.
Do you know what year that was?
Oh God, I'm terrible with years.
It's okay.
I'm so terrible.
Was it after you graduated? Did you go to college as well?
I did.
Okay.
So I took a long ass time going through school because I always thought that I would maybe be in the arts or like arts adjacent. So I got really into like, oh, maybe I'll do apparel manufacturing. Oh, maybe I'll do interior design. Like maybe I'll do this and that. And then it wasn't until like I don't know why I had to take some sort of like business calculus class or something, and I was like, I love this.
Oh, you liked it? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I was like, this isn't right. I'm an artist.
Does not compute.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm supposed to. This is my mortal enemy. Like,
Right.
And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll take some more business classes, because back in high school I used to sew a lot, and I would make like catalogs where people could order stuff, and then I would sew.
I love that.
I would eventually get my mom to do it because it was like too much work. She's like, "Can you stop getting orders because I have other things to do, like making these like custom made jackets for you." And so then from the business calculus, then I took business law, and I was like, "Oh, I love this. This is so fun.
Amazing.
I would love to be a contractual lawyer."
Oh.
Then I was like, that's too much reading. But it really got me onto a path that like, oh, maybe I would, instead of going into the arts, like that's just, nothing could capture my attention long enough. But this was something I just like could not get enough of. So
That's
I
amazing.
ended up getting a business degree.
Okay.
So
Down in Southern California?
yeah,
Okay.
over in Fullerton. And I felt like there was this gap between the business world and the art world, and
I think you're onto something.
And then all of my friends that did go to art school, I'm like, oh, did you ever take like, was there any business classes? And they're like, no. And then in my business department, I was like, should we take an art class, anyone? And there was just no bridge in between, which I was like, I don't understand why. Like,
It's a liminal
Yeah.
world, like your parents and
Yeah,
your heritage.
that's true,
Little bit of a parallel.
yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, but
No, which
so I
is
was
very
drawn to, of course, a thing that I was like, how do I bring this thing that I'm learning into how I can live on my art,
Right.
which I'm still trying to figure out. But
That's also why we're here. Okay,
Yeah.
so you took that you graduated
I did, yes.
and you sort of took that whole idea forward with you.
Yeah.
So now I guess you're like in your 20s and you're so from that moment in the cafe, were you like what were you thinking besides just the impressions that it was giving you?
Yeah.
Like, what did it do for you?
It felt like a place that I could get to know people. And I think the thing that really like got me was, it's not a love story, but it was an encounter right before I moved. But there was this really beautiful man that got on the BART right when like my friends and I were going someplace with like a broken guitar, just like we're making googly eyes at each other. And then I was trying to get my friend to like go talk to him, go talk to him. And then, you know, she was like, we're in our 20s, we're just embarrassed. And so he gets off the BART and looks back and he waves. And I was like, bye, I'll never see this person again. And then 3 months later, I come back to go visit my girlfriends.
Oh, this is before you moved?
Yeah, this was before I moved. And I was just like thinking about this person. Like, man, what? Just was like, wow, that person was so beautiful. Like there was just something about him. I'll never see him again. And I was like, man, it'd be so cool to run into this person. And they were getting off in Oakland. Like, you know, I'm in San Francisco. Like I didn't know how tight knit the world is here.
Yeah.
And the last day that I was there, my friend and I were having coffee, and my friend texted me and she's like, how's the search? And I was like, this is ridiculous. There's absolutely no way to find this person.
It's Where's Waldo,
Where's Waldo, yeah. Truly. Yeah. And then I like look up and he's across the street, and I was like, and my friend was, I was like, that's the guy from BART. And then I just like grab everything. She's like, I didn't even see you. I just saw like a swoosh, and I just grab everything and I like take off running, and like, and we're still like, we're still friends, you know, to this day. And it just, after that, I was like, that seemed impossible to run into a person just randomly months later.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, this is a place that cultivates magic. And I gotta be here.
I love that.
I gotta be here. And I mean, I'm sure everywhere has it, but to be able to like encounter it in that sort of capacity, and that being able to talk to people, and it felt like there was magic here that I had to experience.
That was Risa Iwasaki Culbertson. We recorded this episode at Risa's studio in the Inner Richmond. On the next episode of Storied San Francisco, hear Risa's story of moving to the city. Part 2 drops this Thursday, wherever you get podcasts. Music for Storied San Francisco was produced, performed, and curated by Otis McDonald. Our contributing producer is Aaron Lim of Bitch Talk Podcast. And the show is produced and hosted by me, Jeff Hunt. Now in our 8th season, we have more than 280 episodes available on our website, storiedsf.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts. If possible, please rate and review the show. I want to know what you think. Find us on Substack for our monthly newsletter and more. And follow us on Instagram and Threads at storiedsf. Reach us there or email us at storiedsf@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Try to stay hopeful in these dark times. Keep being wacky, creative, and kind out there. And we'll see you next time on Storied San Francisco. We acknowledge and respect the first humans of the unceded land we call San Francisco, the Ramaytush Ohlone. We condemn the genocide of these and other tribes across the Western Hemisphere. We honor their legacy and history, and we support rematriation and sovereignty efforts.